NATO's 75th anniversary summit in Washington, D.C. concluded on July 11th. Ukraine once again dominated proceedings, but the Western Security Alliance's joint communiqué failed to provide any plan or timeline for Ukraine's accession, and instead only claimed that Ukraine's course toward NATO membership was now irreversible, which means accession will likely remain frozen so long as the war continues. Notably, the communiqué highlighted China's role in providing decisive military and economic support to Russia's war effort in Ukraine, as well as the systemic challenge to European and global security posed by China. The presence of Indo-Pacific leaders from Japan, South Korea, New Zealand, and Australia at this year's summit showed NATO is responding to Russia and China's deepening ties by pressuring Russia's eastern frontier through increased cooperation among U.S. allies in the region. The only way in which the West can improve Ukraine's position in eventual negotiations with Russia is by giving Kyiv strong security guarantees capable of deterring future Russian aggression. These would need to either include a concrete path to NATO membership for Ukraine or sufficient quantities of weapons to pressure Moscow and help Ukraine retake more of its territory. The summit did not yield any progress toward either. For the first time since the Cold War, the United States and Germany agreed to deploy American intermediate-range missiles in Germany. The US and Germany agreed at the NATO summit to deploy Tomahawk and eventually hypersonic missiles. The deployments are intended to deter Russia from escalating conflict with the West amid the war in Ukraine, as well as to spur European development of similar missile systems. Such missiles would have been banned under the Nuclear Forces Treaty because of their dual-use capabilities, but that treaty fell apart in 2019 over apparent Russian violations. The 21st century's arms race is now well underway. Israel's leading newspaper has confirmed in an investigation that army commanders directed troops to kill their own soldiers and civilians on 7 October, turning the Gaza border area into an extermination zone. Haaretz said it was still unclear whether civilians or soldiers were harmed as a result of these orders, or how many, but documents and testimonies of soldiers, as well as mid-level and senior Israel Defense Forces officers, suggested the practice was used in a widespread manner on 7th October, amid a lack of clear information as the IDF struggled to respond to the attack. The Haaretz investigation is the latest report by Israeli media, shedding light on failures in military intelligence and operational responses around the Hamas offensive. Israel's onslaught that is considered a genocide by many is predicated on the events of 7th October. But, one by one, many of the allegations from gang rapes to beheaded babies have been discredited. Despite these revelations, major Western media outlets did not carry the story and remained silent on the findings.